So, is APS too big? Some say yes, and there's an effort to split APS into at least 2 districts. One would encompass the west side. Joining us now is Dan Serrano, who heads up the Partnership Advancing Student Success, or PASS, and this effort has been going on for some time now. I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
The AG just decided that the Secretary of Education for the state can make a decision. What's your thought on the AG's making this decision that she can go ahead and take a look at this possibility?
Well, our group is pleased that the AG's opinion gives Secretary Garcia the ability and the authority to continue this process of looking at the creation of a West Side School District. There's still a lot of work to be done. It's not an issue that's going to be resolved overnight. We understood when we started this several years ago that we were going to have to perform a lot of due diligence along with the state. So we look forward to the process continuing.
Why do you want to do this?
Well, it's a community effort, Deanna. It's not, there's a huge team of folks on the west side, and I think throughout the community that feel that APS has become too large. And there are a lot of issues, and at the end of the day, our concern for our families and our children come first, and education is the #1 priority we have. And it's just not getting done. Graduation rates aren't where they need to be. Performance is not where it needs to be. We're not putting out a qualified, educated workforce. And this isn't necessarily a knock on APS as much as it's a drive to create 2 smaller districts, one in which studies show will work well. So 2 smaller districts working well, in our opinion, is a lot better than 1 large district not working well.
So you mentioned studies. Give us an example very briefly of where it has actually shown that it benefits students and improves performance.
Well, I don't have the specific studies in front of me. In the prospectus that we submitted to Secretary Garcia, we documented and highlighted some of those studies. And like anything else, there are studies that show things work and there are studies that show things won't work. It all depends which side of the issue you're going to be on. But one of the things that we know is perfectly clear is that what's happening now is not working. So anything that we can do to go forward and improve education in our community and create better opportunities for our children is something that we're working on.
All right. Well, the Secretary has said that she really hasn't put a timeline on when she's going to make a decision, but she does say she's going to get the 2 sides together. Have you heard when that's going to happen?
You know, I haven't heard, but all along, and understand that this is a process and an issue that's been percolating for over 20 years. At one time, the legislature approved the creation of 3 districts, and it was vetoed under Governor Johnson. But what we do have is we have a timeline that I think will bring all those involved with the issue together, and let's have some dialogue and debate, and at the end of the day, let's see what's best for our children.
All right. I want to thank you so much for coming in. Of course, we'll continue to follow this issue. We'll be right back, everybody.